What's going on, everybody? It's King Kaif back in your life with another NBA basketball breakdown and prediction videos. As always, let's get right on into it with last night's Wednesday night action. Starting off with the Milwaukee Bucks defeating the Orlando Magic 139-117 by Giannis Antetokounmpo's 31 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 three-point makes. And Milwaukee just keeps on keeping on, as you'd say. Great one from them. I said Orlando could possibly keep it close, and 117 is as close as they could keep it. I'm surprised they honestly got that much on Milwaukee. But great one from Milwaukee, and I move on. In our next game, we have Jason Tatum and the Celtics defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers 117-113 behind Jason Tatum's 41 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 three-point makes. He was just cooking all game. It was him versus Donovan Mitchell. And then Jason Tatum just started to pull away along with the Celtics. The Cleveland Cavaliers tried to make a little run there at the end, but just wasn't enough to overcome Boston at home. In our next game, we have the debut of Kevin Durant in Phoenix as they took on the Charlotte Hornets, and they beat them 105-91 behind Kevin Durant's 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks. As much as I love Kevin Durant watching him play, he looked great. They should have given this graphic to Devin Booker. He had the bigger, impactful game. Even though I know this will be Kevin Durant's team, Devin Booker will have to step aside and let Kevin Durant take this team over, especially when it comes to the playoffs. Kevin Durant's going to have to be the number one scoring option, but great win nonetheless. Looked like he had not missed any time, as it always does when KD comes back from injury. He would have never known he was injured. In our next game, we have the Chicago Bulls defeating the Detroit Pistons 117-113 behind Zach LaVine's 41 points to 6 three-point makes. I mean, I would say great win by them, but it's Detroit. No offense to Detroit. They have a good young team, but they're a team of the future, not a team of now. And they had a chance to win the game. It's just Jaden Ivey thought they had more timeouts than they did. They had no timeouts. He thought they might add 1, 2 more, probably just 1 more, but they didn't, and they cost them. In our next game, we have the New Orleans Pelicans defeating the Portland Trail Blazers 121-110 behind Brandon Ingram's 40 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Great one from them. Great win considering Brandon had a great game. It's his first great game since he's been back on the court, and it's good to see. Love watching Brandon Ingram play basketball. I would say he's the next Kevin Durant, and I believe that's like the type you could point to and say, yeah, it's him. But he's the one and only Brandon Ingram. You can't, diss a guy by saying he's the next anything anymore. You know what I mean? But great win from them. People kind of got the formula down now, how to kind of contain Dame. There's nothing you can really do, but you can kind of try and contain him. And they did enough to get the win in Portland. In our next game, we had the Los Angeles Lakers defeating the OKC Thunder 123-117 by Dennis Schroeder's 26 points, 6 assists, and 3 three-point makes. It was a close game for most of the game, just because there was no Anthony Davis. If there's Anthony Davis, it wouldn't have been close. But then again, you could have said if they had no AD and the OKC Thunder had Shea, it would have been over. So, kind of, double-edged sword for both teams. But the Lakers get a win that they need, and they are now 3 games under 300 in a really packed-up West Division. In our next game, we have the Memphis Grizzlies defeating the Houston Rockets 113-99 behind Desmond Bane's 30 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 three-point makes. Great one from them. Good to see Desmond Bane out there doing great. Yeah, everybody's just putting a mollywhopping on the Rockets, though. And just to go into a little bit of news here, if that stuff about Ja Morant is true, man, he is committing career suicide. Why has he got to be such an absolute idiot when it comes to decisions off the court? Dude, it's so simple, bro. When you get out of that hood life, you stay out of that hood life. You kind of just cut ties with all your boys. At least cut ties with their activities, bro. Just don't be going out of the house with them. If he keeps doing shit like this, it's going to get him up out of the NBA league, and no one wants to see that shit. But it could possibly very nearly happen in the near future. But I move on. In our next game, we have the New York Knicks defeating the Brooklyn Nets 142-118. I said Jalen Brunson had a big game. He did. Jalen Brunson had 39 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 three-point makes, and now we're 7-0 since Josh Hart. But like I said, Josh Hart said, nope, I don't want any part of that. We're just a good team all around, and I can respect that. So it was a great one from them, and they keep that on rolling. They haven't lost in, trying to think. It's got to be 7 or 8 games. I think they won a little bit before Josh Hart got there, but yeah. And in our last final game, the 76ers get their revenge against the Miami Heat, 119-96, defeating them at home in Miami behind Tyrese Maxey's 27 points, 7 assists, and 4 3-point makes. Who said he needed Joel Embiid, I guess? I mean, they know it's because it's going to be a back-to-back, so Doc Rivers wants him playing tonight against Dallas, which is going to be a marquee matchup for sure. On TNT, going to be good. But I got the 76ers winning that one. And you'll see why when I make my prediction on why I think that's going to happen. And you will see it right now. So let's get right into our Thursday game slate. I will talk about this game, but you know me, I never predict my guys' wins. We're going up against the Clippers at home. Hopefully we can keep this home streak going. We should be getting Steph back next week at some point, or maybe possibly the end of this week. But the Clippers, they've been playing pretty bad as of late, but I will never hold that against them. They are one of the best teams in the league, regardless. I know they have the whole rust problem, but I think they could possibly overcome it. I'd like to think that they can with the star power that they have. But who knows? The Lakers couldn't. We'll see if the Clippers can. But I hope for a good game. I hope that we just keep it close enough to where we can do something. I still want a big man. Even though we are winning games, I still want a big man. We still need another big man to relieve Kevon Looney. JaMychal Green is no big man. No offense to JaMychal Green. He's like a power forward. Small forward. He is no center. But hopefully we can get a center. We picked up another guard from our G League. He's been going off. He's been having like 20 points per game, so we got him on a 10-day, but he's just another small guard. We need big bodies, but should be a good game. Now I move on to the game I was talking about, and I told you I was going to take the 76ers, and I wasn't lying. I'm taking the 76ers just for the simple fact that Joel Embiid got a rest. They won still, and he got a rest. He'll be dropping 40 tonight. No one in the Mavericks wearing a Mavericks uniform will be able to guard him. You're going to tell me Christian Wood, that skinny mofo, is going to guard Joel Embiid? I don't think so. You're going to tell me Norman Powell, as much as I love him because he's Canadian, you think he's going to guard him? No. He's a power forward at least. He is no center. Plus, he got the whole, Kyrie, Luka thing not being able to work and just, not right now anyways. But they just don't have a good core around them anyways. Kyrie shouldn't have joined that team, but he's not going to stay there. He'll be out of there come next year. He won't even be there. But, it should be a close game just because Dallas is at home. Dallas usually keeps games at home pretty close. It'll go down to the wire probably, but I still got the 76ers winning that one. In our next game, we have the Pacers going to take on the Spurs. It's the Pacers. They're on a high right now. They just beat the Mavericks. That's a pretty good big win from them. They picked that up, and they're going to keep this ball rolling. They're going to beat the Spurs at home. Well, in their house, you know what I meant. In our next game, we have the Raptors going to take on the Wizards. I'm going to take the Wizards at home. The Raptors don't do that well on the road. They do better at home than on the road. But I got the Wizards here, so I'm telling me that, these games are always close between these two teams, but I think I'm just going to edge towards the Wizards because, one, they have the home court advantage, and two, I just think they're the better all-around team when they're all playing at their best. They just have the better all-around team. The Raptors have a couple pieces that are good, but other than that, it's not looking too good for them. But, those are all my predictions for this 4-game slate. Obviously, I didn't predict the one game, but, I just don't do that. I'm not putting bad juju on my guys. But, as always, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And it's been your boy, King Kife, and I'm out. Peace.